So, crazy story. This piece is for my men. Okay. Alright. This is a crazy story, right? Look, I was married to this crazy lady, and we had a kid, right? To make a long story short, I get deployed, I come back. She already pregnant. Not mine. But I had to get a DNA test for the son that we did have. And it turns out not to be my son.
Oh, wow.
But he's still my son, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of messed up, so I wrote about it. But this is for men who really take care of their kids regardless of the situation. This is called DNA.
Say word, poet.
Listen. I might cuss a couple times. I can't think clearly. Should I stay or go run and see if I can find my tomorrow, because my yesterdays is fucking with my today? The paper said you're not this child's father. Excuse me if I don't jump around. I know you watch Maury, but excuse me, my reaction is not the normal one you used to seeing. So if my face describes the face of a man in need of his son, then a picture's worth 1,000 verbs. Breathe in, exhale slowly. As a piece of paper physically breaks our genetic bond. How do you separate someone who's joined at your hip? How can I tell him for a brief moment his mother swallowed her bowels but still on E? A, I owe you nothing. Your name is nameless. And he's only 5 years old, not smart enough to know that the world spins on his axis, but his rotates around his father. / wrestler / the greatest damn piggyback giver in the whole wide world.
Come on, boy.
You see, if God made a woman from a man's rib, then he must made his son from his son, clone Jesus into each one, but you are not this child's father. Does DNA mean daddy's not allowed to be called daddies anymore? Father's not allowed to make meals happy anymore. Some questions are better off not answered. So you hope and you wish and you pray that God doesn't bound you for your faults and turn you into a pillar of salt. I don't know which is more, your sins or the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah plus Satan's earthly intentions times 3. What's infinity if I can't share it with someone who completes me? I feel weaker than Samson after his hair was cut. So you touch and you feel his hands trembling because he don't understand why he can't walk the distance between me and how things used to be. I've been there from day one. I taught him how to say one and his ABCs. Columbus, listen. Always be cautious. Don't ever forget God. Heaven is Jesus. No, love means never omit people. Question real situations. Trust you. Victories when extra yields 0.
Come on, poet.
So you listen. You listen and you watch for the changing of his guard. His point will be shooting you in your heart. I have enough power to move forward. No longer the center of his team, but an X-Man, a Wolverine, but once his father, always his dad. So every step, I step over the past. Every step, I step over the bad. The good times will last as long as he's in my life. I need him more than he needs me. Read his itinerary and mission statement. Depart from heaven, arrive 9 months later. Skin color yields instant haters. Beware of false friends. No wolves will be dressed as your kin. But be that reason this young boy turns into a man. Be the other hand folded while you two are praying. Listen, fellas, if you clothe them, feed them, put a roof over their heads to know this is true, you are their fathers, because that's what real fathers do. Even a fool can plant a seed. Single parents are my witness. But how many men are willing to do the crime but not willing to serve the minimum 18-year sentence? Try to plea bargain for less time. He ain't mine only lasts until that DNA test ain't passed. You see, stepping up sometimes means stepping down. Because fatherly duties isn't only when you come around. Daycare isn't free. Know the difference between a 4 and a 4T.
Come on,
so if your history tells your story, and you have been replaced by a good man, then finally be a man. Let him go.